writing, and it was born by Mystery Publishing. They were the midwives. I just begin by giving you my short journey with Mystery Publishers. Simiyu, I want to start a fight. And when a male starts a fight, there's a man. So he started saying that poetry, talking about poetry, the poets are those that are published. But when I look at the faces around here, the people who wrote letters in high school, right? If you never wrote a letter in high school, raise up your hand. Or reply to a letter. If you wrote, raise up your hand. I received quite a good number, more than the one I replied. Yeah, so that was poetry. I think that was the classical poetry. Boys then to sleep, did not sleep for 3 days to write a letter, and some have not replied. So anyone is a poet, especially those who did. So my book was published in 2019, the first book. I visited Mystery Publishers, and I was introduced to Vincent. Before that, I was frustrated. I started writing a long time ago, and every time I took my work for publishing, they used to ask, "Who are you?" And they were not asking for my name, of course. They were asking for, "Who knows you?" No one knew me. So when I was meeting the CEO of Mystery Publisher, I knew I had no name. So I met him. We discussed at length on the process. He looked at my work and he gave me this one thing that interested me: the procedure that they were going to follow in my work. And my book is on military, and it's very personal. And I didn't want, I know I was stubborn at the beginning because I had a lot of expectation. So the end outlined process, which was very easy. That I wrote an email, and then they had to evaluate my manuscript. The evaluation was not a simple task. It took some time. But what I loved most was the kind of interactions they had with me. That we went through the process, and there's nothing they could do that was sold to me. So, but when it came to proofreading and editing, I think that's when they won my heart, because when I looked at the first edited poem, those who have watched the poem, really, it was so hard for me to give anyone that poem. But when they edited the first time, it was kind of consultative kind of arrangement. So Mystery Publishers from that time became not just mine, I became part of them. And their thing is the question of who you are never featured. They looked at my work, and quite a good number of poems went through serious and rigorous scrutiny, that it was not easy to publish. When you look at the book, several interviews have gone, they would ask me, they would wonder, including from the cover design, all the way to the, simple, I went for simple illustration. Everyone would not believe that it's my first book because of the attention it was given. Thus, I became a member of Mystery Publishers, and I also happened to be one of the contributors in this anthology. When he was dealing with this anthology story, there is one thing that made me question a number of things on the anthologies and contributing. He said we are telling African stories that can be understood by today's generation. I'm a teacher by profession. I've been teaching English and literature, and I'm more into oral poetry and oral literature. Before meeting the group that were planning this, we had a discussion on specifically oral narratives, maybe teaching oral narratives, telling stories of, remember those of you who studied during my time, many years ago, were being told of Aina going to fetch firewood, fetch water, and at some point you are teaching these things in high school and children will not understand who fetches water, water comes from the tap. So how do you explain to a child that they're going to fetch water? So when you talk about work that is interested in Afro-currency and Afrofuturism, I knew that I can tell African story today to the generation of today. Maybe even if I apply this in oral narrative that I'm teaching, that you can give maybe Aina of the air, we can give them maybe today's role. I can make my character maybe the group admin of our subgroup. My student will relate to that. So the poems that they were interested in our Stories Redefined was telling African stories to today's generation. Today's generation is not an easy one, so bombarding them with the whole things that they not relate to. And it's simple. I just use that analogy of oral poetry. Of oral narrative. These poems tell story of yesterday, but in a way that they can be understood today. We move from telling the story of yesterday, they're using the style of yesterday to today's generation that do not understand. When I tell my son to go and fetch firewood, they will not understand what do I have to do with fire. And in any case, even some of these children we have in our houses, they have not seen fire. They just hear it. There are so many things you tell them they do not understand. So our contributors, including my friends, those who contributed, we were given those. And when you look at those poems, we have like, some of us will learn about the system and tell the Savannah, the girl of the Savannah by Marion in this book. You look, it's an African girl who is looking beyond today's tomorrow. So I believe this is a genesis of calling not only for this genre, but a call, a clarion call to even educators when enforcing me to tell our class of today's generation of oral narratives that were written a long time ago. Actually, they are the ones that are being used in the system. And these children do not relate with them, do not love them. That's why poetry becomes, it has become boring. But now when I read one of the poems, there's a poem by Vincent de Paul about, when you look, there's this poem about where I use the analogy of an egg to my daughter, telling the daughter that, women are just passing you, just an egg, you today, you okay, we squeeze you till the juice comes out, and then we stain our shoes, and you're now a shell. It's easy to tell, it's easy for my guys to relate with that. And, reading the word where the meaning was totally hidden, and the poetry of today is totally different. When I read to that poem and I'm advising guys, the way you express it, you press that egg and the juice comes out, it stains your shoes, and you're now a shell when it's just a beautiful egg. It's today's analogy. It's something we can relate to. That Mystery Publishers was my best choice, and the other thing that has even interested me is they are doing audiobooks. I think you've seen I consulted before, I consulted, and I'm hoping to do my audiobook. So thank you so much, Mystery Publishers, and on behalf of everyone, they are a place to be. I'm happy there. I think I look happy. Thank you.